Huntsville is buzzing again, and this time the whispers aren't soft, they're loud, sharp, and cutting through the city like a summer storm that nobody saw coming. People thought they knew everything about the tension between Destiny Payton, Melody Shari, Tisha Scott, and Martell Holt. They thought the show revealed it all, the blow-ups, the awkward silences, the broken friendships scattered across the screen like shattered glass. But Destiny has been quiet for too long, holding back truths she says were buried under lies, alliances, and carefully crafted images. And now she claims she's done protecting people who were never protecting her. She says the masks are coming off, the secrets are finally being dragged out of the shadows, and the real story, not the polished version, is about to unfold. But here's what nobody expected. Destiny insists that everything we saw on camera was only the surface. The real drama? According to her, it happened in private messages, late-night phone calls, closed-door conversations, and moments when the cameras were nowhere to be found. She says she tried to keep the peace, tried to save friendships, tried to protect people she cared about even when they didn't show her the same loyalty. But betrayal has a way of leaving bruises that no amount of silence can hide. And now she's ready to speak. Ready to reveal the moments that pushed her to the edge. Ready to explain how the people she trusted the most slowly chipped away at her confidence, her business, her peace, and even her sense of belonging. Before diving into the storm Destiny claims she survived, there's something important to understand. This isn't a simple story of misunderstandings or petty arguments. This is about power, influence, loyalty, and the complicated dance that happens when friendships collide with fame. To really understand how everything fell apart, we need to go back to the beginning, before the accusations, before the cold shoulders, before the rumors about who said what and who betrayed whom. Back to when Destiny genuinely believed she had found her tribe among people who were building their brands, chasing dreams, and navigating the chaos of Huntsville's rising spotlight. Destiny didn't enter this circle with the intention of being anyone's enemy. She came in hopeful, determined, and ready to build something meaningful after her marriage ended. She poured her energy into her beauty supply store, trying to create a business she could be proud of. She leaned on the women around her, believing that friendship meant support, protection, and understanding. What she didn't expect was how quickly encouragement could turn into judgment, or how fast love could turn into distance. She remembers the early days clearly. Long talks with Tisha about balancing motherhood and ambition. Laughing with Melody about business struggles and new opportunities. Receiving advice from Martell about navigating divorce, even though she sensed a darkness behind his smooth words. Back then, Destiny believed she was entering a sisterhood, one built on mutual respect and trust. But she says the shift was slow, like a crack spreading across a mirror. Small things at first. Little comments that stung more than they should have. Side-eye glances when she spoke. Invitations that never reached her phone. She didn't want to admit something was changing, so she brushed it off, convinced that everyone was just overwhelmed with their own lives. But here's the twist: Destiny claims the change didn't happen naturally. She believes it was influenced, shaped by private conversations she never heard, opinions whispered behind her back, and alliances forming that slowly pushed her to the outskirts. According to her, the tension with Melody didn't start with one disagreement. It grew from a series of moments where she says Melody stopped viewing her as a friend and started seeing her as competition. Destiny insists she always supported Melody, especially during the darkest moments of her divorce, but she now believes that support wasn't reciprocated. She describes moments when she needed comfort, clarity, or even just a listening ear and instead received silence or subtle judgment. Destiny also remembers when her business began to struggle. Instead of encouragement, she says she often felt scrutinized. People questioned her decisions, implied she wasn't managing things properly, or hinted she was in over her head. She tried not to take it personally, but the negativity built up until she felt like every move she made was under a microscope. Then came the foundation launch, the moment Destiny hoped would show Huntsville a different side of her. She put her heart into creating a program for single mothers, something close to her own story. She envisioned a supportive space where women could find resources, strength, and connection. But instead of celebration, she says she was met with skepticism. Rumors spread before the paint had even dried on the banners. People questioned her motives, her finances, her leadership, everything. But what hurt her the most wasn't the rumors themselves, it was who stayed silent while they spread. Destiny claims she expected Melody to defend her, to shut down the negativity, to say publicly, "That's my friend and I know her heart." Instead, she says Melody's silence was loud. And when Melody posted her cryptic revelation and redirection message, the timing felt like a direct blow. Destiny insists she didn't need her name mentioned to know the message was aimed her way. She also remembers the distance that grew between her and Tisha. A friendship she once believed was unshakable suddenly felt fragile. Calls went unanswered. Simple conversations felt strained. When the foundation controversy hit, Destiny says she looked to Tisha for support and found only silence. She believes Tisha was protecting her own image, unwilling to link herself to anything that might damage her public perception. According to Destiny, that silence felt like abandonment. And then there's Martell. Destiny says Martell was always a complicated figure. Charming one moment, calculating the next. She claims he had a talent for stirring tension without ever appearing guilty. She believes he used her struggles as an example to deflect attention from his own issues, painting himself as the one who overcame mistakes while Destiny was still trying to find her footing. But the most shocking part? Destiny insists the real chaos came from the things nobody saw. The subtle digs disguised as advice. The "I'm just checking on you" calls that ended with questions about her bank account, her store, or her personal life. The concerned looks that weren't concern at all, they were judgment. She remembers lunches where Tisha offered suggestions that felt less like help and more like criticism. She remembers moments when Melody's comments were wrapped in positivity but cut like knives. She remembers Martell subtly twisting her words, encouraging misunderstandings, and planting seeds of doubt. Still, Destiny kept quiet. She prayed. She tried to hold on to relationships that were slipping away like sand through her fingers. She hoped things would get better. But what nobody expected was the day Destiny decided she wouldn't stay silent anymore. She says the turning point came when she realized her name was being used as a storyline, but her truth was nowhere to be found. People judged her without knowing the full picture. She watched as the public painted her as the villain, the outsider, the one who didn't fit in. And what made it worse? The people who could have corrected the narrative chose not to. So Destiny started collecting the moments. The conversations. The inconsistencies. The betrayals. She replayed the scenes on camera and off. She sat with the pain, the shock, the confusion. And finally, she made a decision: she would tell her own story. Now Destiny is revealing what she says really happened. She claims the friendships viewers adored were already cracking long before the cameras caught the first argument. She believes Melody's mentorship program was designed to overshadow her foundation. She alleges that Tisha's distance wasn't accidental, it was strategic. And she says Martell's involvement in her life was less about support and more about manipulation. Destiny also insists she never wanted to expose anyone, but the truth has been weighing on her for years. She says the smiles on camera hid resentment. The supportive hugs were for show. The concern was a disguise for control. And the unity everyone believed in was only surface deep. The emotional toll was heavy. Destiny describes nights she cried until her eyes burned, trying to understand why people she loved saw her as disposable. She remembers questioning her own worth, wondering if she truly belonged in Huntsville's circle of influencers. Her business suffered. Her confidence cracked. She felt isolated, misunderstood, and portrayed as someone she knew she wasn't. But here's what changed everything. Destiny realized that staying silent gave power to people who didn't have her best interest at heart. She understood that her story would never be told honestly unless she told it herself. So she decided to speak clearly, boldly, and without fear. Destiny says her goal isn't revenge. She wants clarity. She wants healing. She wants to rebuild the woman she lost while trying to fit into friendships that no longer felt safe. She wants people to understand that loyalty means nothing if it disappears the moment you stumble. She wants viewers to see that behind the glamour, behind the businesses, behind the curated lives, there were real emotions: pain, confusion, disappointment, and heartbreak. And now that Destiny is ready to share everything, the question becomes, who will stand by their actions? Who will deny her story? Who will admit their part? And who will pretend they were unaware of the impact they had on her life? Destiny knows the truth may shake Huntsville. She knows some people will call her bitter. Others will accuse her of exaggerating. But she also knows there are viewers who saw the cracks long before she said a word. People who sensed the shift. People who watched friendships fall apart and wondered what really happened behind the scenes. Destiny is done hiding. She says she isn't afraid anymore. She's preparing for a long conversation, a sit-down interview, a documentary-style expose, something that will finally let her explain her experiences in full. Not edited. Not filtered. Not misunderstood. She's ready to reclaim her voice. She's ready to reveal how loyalty turned into betrayal. How friendship turned into competition.